Hello and welcome to, I think it's episode 4 of Why the Long Face in Lockdown. Here we all are. Martin, Neil, and me, Mike, as you can see. Right, so how have you been, everybody? Okay? This
hot,
last week?
A bit too hot today, I think.
Yeah. Well, this will place this in time because I've just finished watching Dominic Cummings' press conference in the Rose Garden at number 10. Which was a very, very, it's a good way to spend your Sunday afternoon. I don't know if any of you guys have just watched it.
What, making a public statement?
Point of order.
Yeah.
Point of order. Monday afternoon, not
Sorry,
Sunday.
Monday afternoon. Yeah, bank holiday Monday afternoon.
Yeah. I watched it. I kind of used it as it felt like a substitute for perhaps the big sporting event. Yeah, always going to be on live at 4. I joined in for the preamp, but it wasn't the playoff final or anything like that. No, it was a civil servant in the garden.
It was a special advisor that I thought actually they're not supposed to turn up on TV anyway to really explain their actions. They're supposed to be kind of behind the scenes, and here he is, kind of giving himself pride of place in the Rose Garden.
Was he on all channels?
No,
it wasn't like the Queen kind of. Queen's, address or anything.
No, he was on all of them.
Tipping Point moves for no man. Surely he wasn't on all of them.
He was on the Sci-Fi Channel, horror. Paramount.
I did do a flick through. He was on CNN. They were interesting. Yeah, Euronews, not so much.
So you didn't watch it then, Neil?
No.
It's got to be one of the most fascinating pieces of TV I've seen for a very long time.
Well, I noticed that you've taken a leaf out of his book in that you're not wearing your glasses either. Do you think he was coached into not wearing his glasses for that interview?
I don't know. Well, he's slightly tinted glasses that he wears, sort of.
Because he does look slightly dodgy when he's got his glasses on, doesn't he? Do you think?
Yeah.
He sort of. I think he looks slightly, very, very, very slightly more affable without the glasses. Although he does still look like a. He still looks like a bollock that's just escaped.
So did you watch it then, Neil?
No.
Oh. So Martin, you watched it.
I'm innocent or something like that, did he?
Yeah, he basically didn't apologise. He kind of said, I think what I did was legal and it was the right thing to do, I felt at the time, pretty much, and that's it. So draw your own conclusions.
We could all say that, can't we? I mean,
the conclusion I've drawn is if you there are things you can't do, you can practice, can't you? You can go out and practice doing things. That's what I got from that. He did visit a local kind of tourist trap, the castle, I believe, but it was just by chance it was there. He was actually practicing to see if he could drive because he had slightly wonky vision, and expert medical advice advised him to go out and have a little practice run.
So he drove like 45 minutes or so from where he was staying to Barnard Castle, which has now become the most famous, I think, tourist spot in the northeast. And he went there to see if he did a short drive, 45 minutes, to see if he was well enough, eyesight-wise, to drive back to London from Durham.
I wouldn't be, if I had slightly shunky vision, I wouldn't be testing it by going driving.
He also practiced sitting, didn't he, for a while? In case on a journey back from London he had to sit, perhaps, and contemplate stuff.
It was very bizarre. Very bizarre.
I mean, do you think he's going to win anybody's sympathy on the back of his performance tonight then, or...?
Yes.
I think that.
I mean, the whole thing is really odd. I mean, who is paying for that airtime, by the way? Was it a partly political broadcast on behalf of the Conservative Party, or what?
No, I think it had to happen. I think he had to make a statement. I think there was no doubt about that because the thing would just run and run otherwise.
I think he made a statement by breaking lockdown, didn't he? And the statement was very clearly, the rules don't apply to me. Because
I like it.
Busy mates with Boris. But anyway.
What's fascinating very quickly though, I don't know if you saw it all, Martin, and so he gives a statement, Neil, and then he's basically bombarded with questions from like journalists representing any and every media organisation across the UK. Right. And it's obviously what he hates more than anything else in the world, because he obviously, famously keeps away from media, doesn't he? And tries to keep the government away from media too. And so he was subjected to all these questions, and he had to answer them all. And it was kind of really invasive stuff. And it was really hard to watch initially, because I don't like seeing people in that kind of confrontational situation or being, not like that. But I kind of likened it, and I was talking to Jack. It's a bit like you got used to it after a while. It was a bit like, when the water is very cold and you sort of, you're kind of gingerly stepping in, you're not sure, but you get your shoulders under, and then after that, and you start swimming. And it was, I really got my appetite for seeing him being interviewed aggressively. So.
You enjoyed watching him suffer slightly.
The lovely metaphor, Mike. And did you enjoy a Snickers afterwards because you were ravenous?
I did, and it was welcome.
So
yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been doing.
Martin's quiff's growing back. I can see those front-facing tufts already putting a spurt on.
Yeah, but it's all going to grow back at the same rate, isn't it? So I don't know what's going to happen. And I think as it grows longer, it kind of highlights the bits that were sort of patchy and of different length after the initial cut. So I think it might grow back in patches. But yeah, it's coming along.
Yeah. So are you teasing them out a bit?
No.
No. Just putting a very small amount of product just at the front bit there. Yeah.
No.
Come on, guys.
Much to tease out. So, should we talk about insects? I know we tend to regularly do that when we get together.
Well, I couldn't remember. Did I tell you about the hornet last week? I can't remember.
I can't think.
It
does seem familiar.
Yeah, I might have done. I can't remember. I had one of those killer hornets fly in my room, which was really scary.
Well, one of the newfangled killer hornets.
I think it was one, because
I thought it had only sort of appeared sort of brief. Well, they haven't got this far, have they?
Well, Martin, you see,
I know the United States had an invasion.
Well, after it flew out, I remember one of you mentioning killer hornets a couple of weeks ago. So I looked it up online.
Me.
I looked it up online anyway, and they're sort of smaller and more orangey than your usual hornet. What do you mean, no?
Beautiful.
What do you mean, beautiful?
Mike, I think Mike's either frozen in time or he wants to come in here.
When you say killer, I mean what they kill.
Well, apparently, I've only just apparently if there's a lot of them, they can kill you.
Right. Or death by 1,000 stings.
Yeah, well, something like that. No, I don't know. There's about like 7 or so. I think it's about seven of them can kill you, basically.
Kill you? Actually kill you?
Yeah, actually kill you.
What's going on?
Hence the killer hornets thing. I'm sure they otherwise they would have just said hornets, right? But no, it's killer hornets apparently. So yeah, I looked it up, and it really looked like one of these killer hornets. So it was like a sort of dark orange body and just smaller than your average hornet, So I thought
because hornets.
Sorry.
These are the murder hornets.
Murder hornets.
It's popular in culture now. They're known as murder hornets.
Murder hornets. Okay,
yes.
It might have been a murder hornet, yeah.
But do they actually murder, or is that just kind of...
They murder wasps.
Not cold-blooded, Mike.
They're vicious hornets that are vicious towards wasps. That's where they've got their name as murder hornets. They don't think they hang around in gangs murdering humans.
I think they can, though. Oh, Mike's disappeared. He's back.
Back.
No, I read this. As soon as I Googled killer hornets, and I got a BBC article telling me all about the hornets and the fact that 7 of them could kill you, and how there's not many in this country, but they are expecting a sort of influx of them.
That seems.
I can fact check this after the show.
pleasant.
They,
you know.
I've just seen a statistic. I haven't got the time to see when the statistic was published, but it came up. It could have been published 12 years ago. I don't know. 50 Japanese people reported dead a year from hornets.
Right.
That's probably if they get in the. That's probably if they get in the car when you're driving. I reckon. That you're distracted.
If you're giving them a lift somewhere.
Yeah.
That's a fool's move, really. I wouldn't. Have you ever had that happen to you though? If you're driving it, have you ever had a wasp fly in the car? It's truly terrifying.
I can imagine.
Because
I can imagine.
You've got all you can do is open the windows and just hope to luck that they'll fly out again. You can't always pull over, right? You can't always pull over, run away from the car, screaming like a girl.
Well, yeah. Well, regular listeners to Ride Along Folks with O'Neill, that you often are kind of beset with problems when you're travelling long distances and things that you do.
Other people usually prepare in advance for.
Well, what do you don't prepare in advance for wasp attacks in the car, do you? Or have you got like a SWAT in the dashboard or something?
I always get Heather to go in the car first, so just a quick sweep of the car before we go anywhere to make sure there's no insects.
Has you got a little checklist with like hornets? No.
Yeah. No.
Need to go to the lavatory at some point? No.
That's all done.
Drinks and sandwiches. Yes. Tick.
Actually, Sorry, Martin.
No, I've always had several things prepared for the show, and I never get around to doing them. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right. Okay. So for tonight's show, I'm going to be bringing it from various apocalyptic locations in film and television. So where am I?
Oh, hang on a minute.
If you tell me where I am, I'll get rid of it and then we can go back.
I'm going to apologise. I have misplaced my ordinary glasses, so I'm going to have to wear my sunglasses to my prescription sunglasses.
Mike, everyone thinks you're cool anyway. There's not really no need. What have you done with your normal glasses?
I think I put them down somewhere to put something on, and I've left them somewhere in the house, and I didn't have time to go and find them. But my sunglasses were close by, so. I don't know, Martin.
I don't recognise that bleak landscape behind you. I'm gonna go for Walking Dead though, just as a pitch.
Okay.
Is it TV or is it film, Martin?
It's film.
Oh.
Looks like some kind of nuclear.
Okay.
Apocalypse.
Talking of nuclear, maybe some people watching at home can get these and put them in the comments rather than me spoil them. Where am I now?
Okay, we won't say anything. Oh, I think I know what that one is.
Oh, I can't. You're sort of in the way of like what appears to be either a really big scorpion or one that's quite close to the camera.
Let's go with big, shall we?
Okay. So there's a fella behind you on a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
So I don't think I've seen. I remember there was giant scorpions in one of the Sinbad films.
Not a motorbike. I don't think he was ever on a motorbike.
I don't think Sinbad drove a motorbike generally.
He didn't drive a motorbike, and I wouldn't put it in an apocalyptic kind of situation.
No, that's true.
Is this? Can I just ask? Is this another film, Martin?
This is another film.
Because it reminds me of a film I saw many years ago in the 1970s. Would that be right? Was it a 70s film?
That's very possible. That is very possible.
Right.
So
it possibly might start.
Are you not allowed to say what that film is then? Or are we going to just keep stum if we know it? Is that the plan? We're going to give it to the list.
I thought Martin was going to keep them quiet, but maybe not.
Keep them quiet. We'll keep them quiet. We'll go. Where am I now? What? Oh no!
Run, Martin, run! Well, that's just a sort of generic atomic explosion.
But yeah, I would say.
Would I be right in saying that that's in the UK?
Does it look like it's in the UK? Yes, it is in the UK.
Okay.
Is that TV then, is it?
That is TV, Mike.
So I know what that is.
You know what that is?
Oh, okay.
Where am I now?
Oh, my gosh. No, I do know that one. How old are you, Martin?
I'm approaching 30. So
yes, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can we see your hands?
So obviously, again, regular.
Oh, you look like you're okay.
Listeners,
amazing. I think your
listeners
finger's missing. Sorry.
No, Neil will know that you ran into the co-star in this film, possibly. Didn't you run into him on a TV set?
I knocked him to the ground by mistake. Yeah. Okay, that's cool one. Well, we know that one, Martin.
Okay.
That's great. Now.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Okay, that's going to. Right. Okay, so we're very much in Martin Brown territory now, aren't we? I think it might be a day, a night, or possibly an evening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a light brunch, perhaps.
Okay. I think I got one more. Then one more. Where am I now?
Okay. Yeah. Silverstone.
Classic, but it would have to be. I think that's the original of that particular thing.
Okay.
David Carradine. What's this one? This one is terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is. Is it Attack of the Living Bookshelves?
Anyway, so if at home you've got some of those, just leave the answers in the comments.
I'm half expecting Zippy to fly off the shelf and start attacking you with gusto.
No, it's not going to happen.
I mean, I'm intrigued by I can see you've got a D-Light record sleeve framed in the background there. I think it's D-Light, isn't it?
It is D-Light, yes.
Is it Groovers in the Heart, possibly?
I believe it is Groovers in the Heart. It's one of my wife's. She's chosen to put that one in a frame for some reason.
And I was born with a smile on my face, which is
that's ironic for me. That's an ironic song lyric turned into art for me.
Right. I'm trying to remember who originally recorded I Was Born with a Smile on My Face, actually. I was born with a smile on my face.
The rest of my life
was there something or other? Pantomime? Yeah, maybe.
All of my life is pantomime.
I think we're it's got to be 70s, right?
Probably before that.
Well, there you go. And watchers, viewers, if you know the answer to that one, please put it in the comments. Maybe you could even link it.
I am just going back to insects briefly, as I know we were, sort of. We had a bit of an infestation earlier this week that I thought started off with like these kind of what I thought were quite cute beetles walking around the house on the sofa in the living room. And I just saw one.
How big?
I thought it was quite sweet.
Big ones?
I don't know
little
why.
Ones, or?
Only probably about a centimetre, maybe a centimetre and a half long,
so
quite narrow bodies.
Not as big as the classic black beetle then?
No. I mean, quite slim, only about probably, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 millimetres wide, about a centimetre and a half long, and very, very long antlers. Very, very long antlers. And there were just a couple of them side by side on the back of our sofa. And I actually got quite attached to them, And I just, when I closed the curtains every night, I'd think, oh. And
look at you, beetles, with your antlers.
Yeah, there was something about them I quite liked. And on Tuesday night, I think I remarked to Jack, one was on our work surface, and I thought it was the same one. And I said, I like him. I'm inclined to keep him in the house. I think they're quite, nice-looking beetles. Jack said to me, no insect should be left in the house. And I said, well, let's just see what happens. And then anyway, by Friday night, they were sort of everywhere.
You say like perhaps Arnold Schwarzenegger might say is like kind of some foreshadowing in a film.
Yeah. So what happened then? What happened?
Well, they were just, there isn't an apocalyptic end to the story in a way, but they were suddenly everywhere. And we think, with a bit of identification on the internet, they were something called a wharf beetle, as in WHARF.
Right, as opposed to Worf from Star Trek, right?
As opposed to Worf from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No,
he kind of had antlers as well,
I know all about that now, of course, having sat through a lot of Next Generation. I know who Worf is. And Picard, by the way, which is obviously he's not in, but as a quick aside, he's just fantastic, Picard. Have you seen it?
Well, on the back of your enthusiasm about it, I did elect to watch some clips of Picard because I thought, oh, am I really missing out on some classic Star Trek stuff here? And I watched it, and it was just like the Next Generation all over again. Yeah, I watched some clips on YouTube.
Clips.
Clips.
How long were the clips?
Mike, even though
they varied, Mike. They varied between 2 minutes and about like 15 minutes, and I ended up watching like the ending, and I thought, well, that just, it's just like old Star Trek. It's really dull.
It was brilliant. I loved it. And let me just say, I'm not really a big Star Trek fan, but I loved it. I thought the production values were terrific. It was just a great story. It was just held me. I recommend it for anybody apart from me.
Fair enough. No, I mean, it's okay. Different strokes for different folks. I mean, it was quite fun seeing. Oh no, I can't even say that because it's a spoiler. God damn it! Oh, I've been watching.
Martin, sorry, what were you going to say?
I was just wondering, because apart from the fact that he was watching clips, next time try a whole one. I mean, you've got time.
No.
I was wondering if you although you're in lockdown and presumably still working from home, did you go out and watch it in the car in your lunch break? Go and sit and watch it on your phone.
It's tempting, especially today. Honestly, no, I still haven't watched any television, but I have watched. I binge watched Flowers. Have you seen Flowers?
That's a few years old, isn't it?
Olivia Colman.
Olivia Colman, Julian Barrett. It's written by a guy called Will Sharp, who and directed by him, and he's actually in the show as well. And he plays a character called Shun, who's a Japanese fellow. And oh my God, I can't recommend it highly enough. It was truly funny and heart wrenching and just brilliant.
I know it was very good.
I can't remember any of it. I did watch it when it was on.
Both series or just
both series? Both series.
Hotly rumoured that there's a third series coming as well, so that was quite fun.
I'm also watching Homecoming on Amazon. I don't know if anybody is familiar with Homecoming at all.
Is that's different to Homeland, I suppose?
Different from Homeland. This is a series that premiered, I think it was premiered on Amazon in 2018, and there's a second series that's just come out. But this stars Julia Roberts, the first one, and it's really very good. Only half-hour episodes, and it's kind of a bit of a sort of conspiracy thriller thing. But it's very, very good. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In a TV series. Yeah.
Gosh, okay. Because I was very much of the belief that, Julia Roberts was in the sort of where are they now kind of category.
I can really recommend it.
They're all on television now. All the where are they now? They're all on television now.
They're all on telly. That's the answer to. Ray Reardon?
Yeah.
No,
Jimmy Greaves?
He's gone to movies.
Dominic Cummings? Where is he now? I wonder.
I've got. This is a throwback to last week. Remember we were doing eggs?
We were talking about eggs, yeah.
We were doing eggs, and I tried to find the science behind. It had been confirmed. A burnt match dropped in the water used to boil an egg does help prevent cracking and prevents the spread of the yolk. Likewise, vinegar. Now, the burnt match, but no one could tell me the science of it. The whole of the internet, they couldn't tell me the science. But they could tell me some science. Now, I reckon we've got a few minutes left. I'm going to try an experiment, an actual science experiment.
This is brilliant.
We can't do this in the radio studio, so we can do it here.
What are you going to do, Martin?
Apparently this is the classic trick. I came across it by chance looking into eggs this morning. Apparently this is the classic trick. I haven't trialed it. It possibly won't work.
Okay.
But I'm not wasting any more eggs than the actual egg I'm going to use.
I'm very excited about this.
So you're going to have to see, aren't you?
Are you going to perchance do the classic trick of lighting a match in a bottle and then watching it suck the egg into the bottle?
I am. Yes.
Excellent. I haven't seen that since I was a boy.
The problem is, without trialling it first, I've now realised that the volatile egg mixture and flame will be quite near. my device, but hey.
I
Is
think
it empty?
I think it's going to be safe. So it's an empty milk.
Is
it empty, Martin?
It's an empty milk bottle. It's a regular
hard-boiled egg.
Note, that egg is not. It's not going to do it. That egg is not going to go through there, is it?
Not without you forcing it. No.
Without
cut it up.
Yeah, we're going to actually. There's a danger here that we might get accused of sort of faking things, you know, because you can.
Why?
Well, because video editing and stuff these days. You
By
know,
whom?
well, I don't know. Maybe the internet.
I've been advised to moisten the egg first.
Okay.
Expert medical advice has advised me to moisten the egg. This isn't going to go for trouble.
I don't like that sentence.
This is like an episode of How.
There's a little bit, isn't it?
Are you Fred Dinage, or is that me?
What's that you're lighting though? That's not a matchstick, Martin. That's something else.
This is paper.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to. This is a completely different experiment, Neil. I'm not stopping the yolk from spreading. Right, here we go.
Okay.
So not going to work.
No, but I've
I love it.
Okay. So wait for it to catch. It's in. Oh no! He's made the paper's too big.
It's too big for the hole.
Is it still on fire? Is the smoke supposed to be part of it?
Right.
Fine. Fold the paper up in half.
I think it's supposed to be smoking, isn't it? Oh no, maybe not.
That's it. Fold it, then light it, and then it'll go in. There you go. Right, she's in. Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, look at that!
That's amazing! That's amazing! Brilliant.
That's
Ooh.
That's
It's like a
great.
little chef's hat at the top.
Yeah.
So, how to plug a bottle with egg yolk. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That's great.
I can't believe it did it.
It's like having our very own Heinz Wolf in the studio, isn't it?
Oh, so pleased.
But
So
Martin,
next time,
Martin, what's the science? So
I'm a slightly smaller egg or slightly wider neck of your bottle, and that should shoot right in them.
I want to know what happens if you put like a normal egg in a shell on there. Does that do anything? I wonder.
It hasn't got the flexibility, has it? So it's
No.
rigid.
But I
So
wonder,
it's not-
would it kind of, would the
Might
egg break
crack at
under the...
bottom. Yeah, I would have thought it'd crack at the bottom.
Oh, Martin, can we do that on the next show?
Oh, there must be a whole world of vaguely safe science experiments.
I can't, it's very exciting. We ought to make this a regular thing. You know, next week, Martin with his own homemade volcano. You know? It'd be brilliant. Okay, well, okay, guys. Well, that was a fun little show. We've only got about 5 minutes left, I think. So,
okay,
if you want to wind it up, we can wind it up. We'll do another one next week. But
let's wind it up, shall we? Let's say goodbye.
So we won't wind it up.
okay, so are you broadcasting? Are you in a cell, Martin, Mike, today?
No, I'm in my kitchen. I'm redecorating, and all the kind of everything's come off the walls, and I'm going to repaint it. And
I was going to
so
say because you've just behind you, you've missed a bit.
No, that's just we just patched up some wall, which has to then be kind of sanded.
Ah, I see. Okay. Exciting. So we're going to see that develop as the weeks go on. You know.
I like to think so. Yeah, we have had a bit of a sort of a change of heart about what we're going to paint and how we're going to paint it. So hence, decorating has come to a halt today. You know.
Cool. All right, boys. Well, that was good and fun. I'll be up. So if you enjoy the show, tell your friends about it. Like and subscribe, which is down there somewhere, I think. And we'll see you again probably next week. Yeah.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.